Hey folks, this is Vernon Neal Reed with Steph Partners, technology services to secure and scale small businesses. Today, we're doing my an article a day where we kind of go into a segment where we share articles that we find interesting and we think would be, helpful to our audience, to our customers. I've been following, as you know, probably many of you guys are as well, the whole AI chatbot, race. And, we have OpenAI's ChatGPT. And after that came out, Google dropped Bard. And I even have a video out there where I said, here's why I like, ChatGPT better than Google Bard. But I must say that Google is, seriously upping their game. And so I wanted to go over this article with you. But what I'll do is I'm actually going to go just kind of read a paragraph from this article. Is from The Atlantic. ChatGPT is already obsolete. Like, sometimes you see these things and you go, this is basically clickbait. However, I thought they made an interesting point, which will actually allow me to then segue to the original article I showed you. So on here, if you scroll down, and I'll leave these articles for you to the link at the end of the video for you guys to see as well. But it shares last week at Google's annual conference dedicated to new products and technologies, the company announced a change to its premier AI product. Let me highlight some stuff here as I go, to be honest. Give me a second. Boom. The Bard chatbot, like OpenAI's ChatGPT, will soon be able to describe images. And I was like, that's pretty cool. Although it may seem like a minor update, the enhancements is part of a quiet revolution in how companies, researchers, and consumers develop and use AI, pushing the technology not only beyond remixing written language and into different media. Pushing technology not only beyond remixing written language and into different media. And this part right here, is a big deal. The different types of media that you're not just going to be using these AI to kind of write emails, write proposals, for text-based type of marketing, but also, more richer content. But toward the loftier goal of a rich and thorough comprehension of the world, right? So ChatGPT is 6 months old and it's already starting to look outdated. So after I saw this, this particular article, and it had reference, the Google's annual conference, I decided to, kind of look at Google's annual conference there. I decided to take a look at an article from Google themselves and, some of the updates that are coming out with Google Bard. All right, so let's take a look at this. What's ahead for Google Bard? And what I'll do is I think I'll probably just share the screen, straight up so you can actually see the full, there you go. So you can see the full thing. So what's ahead for Bard? More global, more visual, more integrated. And so one, for the new updates for Bard, and I highlighted a couple of things, and you guys can read the article. One, Google Bard is now opening up to over 180 countries and territories, right? So you're going to see that around the world, just like people are accessing ChatGPT, many more countries are going to be using Google Bard. Okay, but what about us just here in the US or North America? It's also on track to support more than 40 languages. And this is the part that I like. So it says Bard will become more visual, both in its responses and your prompts. So what that means is that now you are going to be you're going to be able to now enter pictures, and Bard will actually be able to basically analyze those pictures and kind of give you an output based on your particular prompt, which I think is really, really cool. The other thing is that, like it says, both in its response and in your prompts. As far as the responses, like the example here, it says, what are some must-see sites in New Orleans? Let me bring this back up. Yeah. So what are some, sites in New Orleans? That's what it says there. And you can see that what it will actually show you is a message with, I'll just let that run. Actually, let me do this. I do not want to edit this video. So, right, you basically, they'll give you responses with text and also imagery, which I think is really rich. And I think a lot of people, will enjoy. The other thing is, it says here, you also be able to include images alongside the text in your prompts, just like I alluded to before, allowing you to boost your imagination and creativity. So now you can add a text image to your prompt, and, based on your prompt, it can give you a response as well. There are a lot of upgrades with regard to code and programming. I love dark theme in many of my apps, so that's a big deal to me. But even when it comes to, source citations, like it will make citations even more precise. If Bard brings in a block of code or cites other content, just click the annotation and Bard will underline those parts of the response and link to the source. There's going to be an export button. This part is going to be, let me color this. This right here is super important for programmers and so on, because now you can export that code to Collab. So Collab is basically, an application that, people use in analytics and machine learning and stuff like that. And basically now they can, and for programming in general, they can put that into their tool, which makes it extremely, extremely helpful to programmers. And since people often ask Bard for a head start drafting emails and documents, today we're launching 2 more export actions, making it easy to move Bard's responses right to Gmail and Docs. And then this other one right here, I think is, yeah, I'm playing around with my marker, which I think is, pretty cool. So now you're going to be able to move that. So let's say that you got an email, and I already do some of this already. So let's say that you have let's say that you have an email, right? And someone, sends you an email. You can actually take that email, I put it into ChatGPT, and I say, ChatGPT, what's the best way to respond to this, or respond to this particular email? And at ChatGPT can actually give me a response. Now you can do the same thing with, you can do it with Bard, but it's even better in that now you can just really export that directly to Gmail or to some documents, making it a real seamless integration. And I think that's the big deal, right? Because you want to be able to take the power of these tools and integrate it seamlessly with the other tools that you're using. And that integration is what really gives you great productivity and what also gives you great efficiency, right? And so that's what you're looking for these tools to do. As it continues on, connecting Bard with the services you love. This talks again about the integration. By integrating the capabilities of Google apps and services you may already use, like Docs, Drive, Gmail, apps, Maps, and others, you'll be able to integrate that right into the Bard experience. And that is powerful. So I can see why, folks are saying, well, ChatGPT is great, but as as Google continues to up its game, especially because Google has such a range of products already that people use already in their daily lives. Now being able to have, that AI model being able to feed into these things easily. I know a lot of people have already talked about, using, ChatGPT with Excel, and now you can do this, with Google Bard. So it's going to be, it's going to be really cool, because now think about using Google Bard with Sheets, with Docs, with all these other things. Bard will also be able to tap into all kinds of services across the web with extensions from outside partners. And then that makes it even better for us. So right now, what we're seeing is, there's Google and Google Bard and its ecosystem. And then you have ChatGPT, who is kind of really partnered with Microsoft and their ecosystem of tools. And that's where the real race is. And so now Google is saying, okay, also, I'm going to allow you to have extensions from other outside partners, right? And Google does that very well. So now you can think about all the other tools out there, or the other applications, or the other SaaS apps that can now be integrated at some point with Google Bard. And again, that integration is where the power is. That integration, if it goes well, and I believe it will go well, that seamless integration is what provides 10x or whatever type of productivity and efficiency. And that's where you really see the real power in these tools. And so in this particular example, they talked about, Adobe Firefly, but there are many more. You can actually read through the article. Here at the bottom, I'm going to switch back. Helpful Google apps and many more partners, including Kayak, OpenTable, ZipRecruiter, Instacart, Wolfram, and Khan Academy. So again, you're seeing more and more and more. And so anyway, that's the end of the article. But I just want to hear what you all think about this, as far as the whole race, between Google and Bard and OpenAI partnered with Microsoft and ChatGPT. And, as you've been using these tools, who do you think, which tool do you like to use better? And who do you see kind of coming on top with regard to it? ChatGPT started also, being first is always a really good thing. But the honest truth is, this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. ChatGPT came out in like November, I think. You know what I mean? So November of 2022. Right now it's May. So 6-7 months. And so this is just the beginning of this whole AI space. So, Google knew they started behind, and they have, really, ratcheted up their play. And so, they believe that they're right there with ChatGPT, but there's going to be more coming to this. So I think it's extremely exciting. To some, it can be a little bit scary when you see all the different things that you can do with AI. But anyway, I think it's all interesting. And that's why today, this has been something that we went through in an article a day. So have a wonderful day. I'll leave the links in the links below, and I would love to hear your feedback on this AI race. Take care. Talk to you soon, folks.